the new AT3 Tactical. We've got it all finished up. So this gun is basically complete. We just have a couple of things to do to finish it up. In this video, we're going to continue to talk about handguards. We're also going to finish this build, maybe make a change, and definitely get out to the range and see how it shoots. I'm really excited about this gun. I think AT3 made a great lower receiver here. I'm also really excited about the color combination. I'm considering making a change. We have a black grip and we have just a little piece of FDE. I'm wondering if we should FDE this grip as well. Let me know what you think about that. This was a gift from AT3 Tactical. Thank you guys very much. I have 100% enjoyed working with them. They are fantastic people. They have supported us with lots of different products for us to review and to keep all these builds rolling. There will be a build list for this gun where you can find out about every component. That's over on my blog at eaglerun23.com. We have not done a complete breakdown of this gun, but a couple of things I want to make sure you know about. Dye-free company grip. My favorite grip on the market right now. It's available in a couple different colors. We're considering switching this out to an FDE, which let me know what your thoughts on that are. I can always switch that out later, but I'll probably run it as black for now, but I would like to maybe see a little bit more FDE on here. We kind of have a lot of colors going on. I'm kind of liking it. AT3 has the trigger in here. This is their enhanced single stage nickel boron. So far so good. I have their dual stage nickel boron on our AT3 Grendel that we built a couple months ago. Here's a closer look at that lower with the AT3 roll stamp. This is a new product for them a couple of months ago. We have another new product I'm going to show you here in a second that just came out this week. This is the AT3 Slick Side Upper. Really like this. I think it looks great in this color. Anytime you get these sharp edges and definitive styling, when you put them in a color other than black, they just really pop and look really cool. All the shadows and stuff catch those edges. I think it looks really great. Stinger handguard, I'm a fan of these. This has anti-rotation. This thing is perfectly straight right down the middle. It's lightweight, it's very strong. Made in the USA with a solid lockup system. We talked about the lockup on another gun the other day, and here it is again. When I get this apart here in a second, I'm gonna show you how this goes together. I missed a detail on that I'll show you. Mil-spec charging handle, this one is in FDE, and the AT3 Tactical Enhanced Bolt Carrier Group. Magnetic particle inspected, and it's the 9310 steel for the bolt. For now, we have this flip away magnifier and their ARO optic. Excited to try this out. While we're talking about optics, I can show you the new product that just came out this week that works with this system. Here is our extreme budget 5.56 build, and it has the AT3 Alpha on top. I like this red dot. It's priced right. It's got shake awake. Simple operation on top in order to get to the level of brightness that you want. And released this week is the Alpha in a green dot. It was a much requested item, and AT3 responded to that request. You can now get the Alpha in red or green. This one has the green one on it, and I've really been enjoying it. The way that they have designed this optic, it also works with the magnifier. So if I wanted to run the Alpha, I could also run it with a magnifier or with this little compact ARO. I have 4 or 5 of these Alphas. They all work really well. I've had no problems with them. They're a solid everyday option if you need something like that for your build. These 2 bolts hold the handguard to the barrel nut, and we get a closer look here at what's going on. The gap here is filled by this little pinch piece of metal, and it has an indentation on it that indexes with your barrel. That, along with the anti-rotation, helps with a really solid lockup. I like what Stinger has done here. I think they have a cool design. This is very lightweight. This is a 12-inch, which I really enjoy running the 12 inches. I know a lot of guys like the 15 on their 16-inch guns. I don't mind a little barrel poke, and I'm happy to give up the weight that's required to run that. So the 12-inch and the 10-inch even have been a good option for us. Give those a shot on your next build. I think you'll enjoy the lightweight part of that, and you won't miss anything in the length. I know what I said. Leave me alone in the comments. So this is the reason why this gun has not been ready to run. We messed up on our gas block. So I went back to AT3. I picked up this gas block. It looks like it's got some cool lightning cuts in there. It's kind of interesting. Now, I also, I thought I had an extra gas block. I also thought I had an extra gas tube. I pinned my gas tube, and it's the only one I have that fits this carbine length gas tube. I usually have 3 or 4 in a drawer. We've been doing so many builds, I am out of them. So I need to get a couple of these Things like gas blocks and gas tubes and the little pins, I try to keep a handful of those on stock so we don't have to get in trouble and wait on builds like we did here on this one. So I need to resupply. Okay, so we've got our set screws. We've got some Loctite. I don't mind using the red Loctite on this. We're going to be operating above the temperature rating of this anyway, so it's not going to be its full power. I haven't had any trouble getting any red ones off, and I also haven't had them move on me. So we're actually kind of checking the 3 things that you should check if you buy an AR-15, whether it's a complete upper or a complete gun. Get in here and take a look at your bolt carrier group. The bolt down here on the end, we talked about what to look for there, and the staking, talked about that. That's definitely number 1 on the list, bolt carrier group. Second thing on the list, make sure this barrel nut is torqued to spec and that it's tight. So we're gonna go ahead and check that here as well. And the gas block, take your time and make sure that that gas block is lined up. There's no reason to be in a rush here. We're craftsmen, we're making something beautiful. So take your time, make sure that that thing's lined up. If you need to slide the handguard over it to see what it looks like centered up in the handguard, that's a great way to do it. So most of these are designed to just fit right up against that shoulder. Some people like to space them off a little bit. I usually just let it go all the way to the shoulder. If your gas tube is canted, then that will cause your gas tube on the inside of your upper receiver to be canted, and it could mean that it's not making good contact and falling inside that hole. We need that gas tube to line up perfectly with our gas carrier. That's the gas is transferred into the bolt, cycles everything, pushes everything back. So gas is key. Barrel nut torque is correct. We like to go to 53 to 55 foot-pounds on that. So everything looks good with the barrel nut. That is the second thing that you should check. Now, if you didn't install the gas tube, you can check it for alignment. That's kind of a bonus thing. All right, so I guess it's time to do the handguard. Now, if you're installing this for the final time and you know that everything is good to go, a little red Loctite is fine. Blue Loctite is maybe better. I've got the red out. I'll probably just put a little bit on there for now. In this case, we don't know that this gun is going to be 100% fine. We went through and checked everything. But when you're making them yourself, you have the ability and the tools to just take those handguards on and off, and that's not a big deal. I know I mentioned it before, but I really like the lockup on the Stinger. There's nothing overly complicated about it, and it just simply works. We have our bolts tight. We've got some red Loctite on there. Perfect alignment with the indexing there. This is a very robust and solid handguard system. I really like it. I think you guys will too. Very happy with this. I love the color combination. Let's hope that it shoots as good as it looks. Hey everybody, the range was great. Thanks for asking. Got to put some rounds on this gun, and I was very happy with it. We shot just a handful of boxes, maybe 3 or 4 boxes of ammo, and I have some targets here I'm going to show you. We shot it with the ARO, and I think we did some shots with the ARO and the magnifier. I took them off. I just threw them back on, and it looks like I put them a little bit too far apart. But we also ran the AT3 Tactical Red Tail LPVO, and I did some shots with it as well. Now, over on a 100-yard range with a red dot and a magnifier, you're not looking at the best case scenario for accuracy. But when I got the LPVO on there, I was actually able to see downrange a little bit and kind of have a better idea about where my rounds were going. We did much better. All in all, 0 malfunctions. This is looking like a very solid build for us. And I'm excited because this gun is really an incredible value. On their website, you could assemble a gun just like this, minus the optics, for around $600. And if you factor in their sale prices, Eagle Run 2.3 code, you could end up with this gun definitely under $600. And I think that's really amazing. Now, obviously mine has a custom Cerakote job, which is a couple $100 extra in order to get done. But AT3 is doing some really interesting things with colors. They have some builder sets, they have some mixes and matches. I can tell you just offhand that throwing together a black with an OD green, or a titanium with a black, or even getting crazy and doing an FDE with an OD green, some of those color combinations are really cool. And I hope to announce some more new colors down the road. All in all, it was a great test session. We used the AAC ammo from Palmetto State Armory. That stuff grouped pretty well for us. We also shot some of the Hornady black in here. I think it was a 77 or a 75 grain, and it grouped really well. Ultimately, things like this come down to a classic buy versus build situation. And you know, I'm always going to side on the build situation, never stop building. But some people may be tempted to purchase a gun and then upgrade it down the road in order to get it to have the features and specifications that they want. Whereas a builder will choose the options that they want from the beginning and not end up with any extra parts. Sometimes you're able to make a jump in value when you build because there is a little bit of a discount for the builder as you're not buying a complete firearm. And you can let your imagination run wild like we did here with this bit of an unconventional color pattern, but I do like the way that it came out. So here are a couple of my groups. I've got 3-shot groups there. I have a 5-shot group there in the middle, and then another 2-shot group, and my last 2 rounds out of the box made up a 2-shot group. My best group on that paper was a 1.3. That was definitely with the LPVO and not with the dot. Realistically, if you're shooting a 2-inch group with your AR-15, you're in the good category. A non-accurized AR-15, it's really just about the best as you're gonna get. Now, there are more accurized versions. In fact, I have one that I'll show you coming up soon that is capable of a much smaller group size, definitely sub 1 inch. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the AT3 build. We've had a great time with this gun, and I kind of wish that it wasn't over, but we succeeded in our goal of building a high quality jump-a-tier situation. This gun could be built for under $600. With Cerakote and optic, you're definitely under $800 or $900. And I think that represents a really great place to leave this project. YouTube thinks that you'll like this video right here, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.